Cool. Obviously, today was a big day for you, announcing your commitment. Turns out to be that you decided to go to Virginia Tech. Um, why were the Hokies the school that you wanted to be a part of?
Yeah, I mean, since I went visit Virginia Tech in the summer, I've had connections with Coach Pry's family, knowing his family lives here in Lafayette, his dad and his brother. So I knew a lot about Coach Pry, and then Coach Chris has stayed in contact with me a lot throughout this process, and he kind of stayed close to me, and I was able to go up there and meet them in person, and it was a great experience, and I really loved what they did over there and how just everything worked over there. So I mean, I took that to heart. I worked out twice for them, and then they really loved me, and that's just kind of how it went on from there.
When was your official visit with them? Was it recent?
I haven't taken an official visit yet. It was kind of like an unofficial visit, but I plan to take one in this season. I'll go to a game up there, and then I'll do an official visit during the weekend.
When was the last time you were on campus up there?
I would say it was like June 18th, I think, end of June.
Not
So
that long ago.
not that long ago.
I guess what were conversations that were out there that obviously were able to help sway you in that direction? Because I mean, you had offers, from UCLA. I was looking at Colorado,
Right.
all those things like that. Why choose this school based on the conversations you had with them?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of put me as a priority over. They told me that I was their guy and they were going to do everything they could to get me. And so they stayed true to that, and they really showed me as a priority, and which I took that as a special way to make me feel like to go where I'm wanted. So I take that very seriously. Go where you're wanted, and that's where you're supposed to be. So them showing a priority kind of helped them lead the race, and that's kind of why I chose them.
What'd you say the quarterback's coach name was?
Oh, Coach Brian Christ, and then the offensive coordinator, Coach Monty.
Talk about your relationship with them and like how that was easy for it to be a good transition for you because it's important to have good relationships with your quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, because those are the people you're with every single day. So how important was it for y'all to kind of have a bond already coming into this?
Yeah, so when I went up there on a visit, the night before I went work out for them, we actually went to dinner that night. So I was able to interact with them, get to know them really well, and things just kind of clicked. We had a great time. I knew they were great people from the start. So just being able to spend a few days with them really like showed me what kind of great people are over there, and that just kind of is how I grew close to them, and then that's what led us to the decision today.
What type of things about kind of the way they do things offensively over there makes you feel like it fits with your skill set and your scheme so well?
Yeah, they have a balanced offense, and I think that I fit right in. I have a great physical statue which fits right into their offense. And their starting quarterback last year, Kyron Drones. He's a big guy. He's about 6'5", 6'6". So he's a big dude, and I think that I fit well in the offense with Coach Monty. I was able to sit down with him and actually go over the offense when I was up there, and things kind of clicked with me when I was going over the offense, and I thought I could definitely be a future quarterback in his offense.
Do you feel like it would be something where you have the opportunity to compete early on, or is it more of like getting in there, developing in their system, and then maybe year 2, 3 for you, so you can start contributing for real?
Yeah, so Kyron Drones is kind of been their guy, so he's got another year left, and they have another guy, Pop. Pop, he's also he played last year when Kyron Drones got hurt. So, I mean, I think I'll be able to sit and develop for about a year or two. So, and that's also a good thing for quarterbacks to come in and get used to the program. And that's one thing. I'll be early enrolling, so I'll be going up there in about January, and be able to get into the program, get into like the use of things, and then that'll kind of boost the fall camp experience for me, being able to get into that routine. So.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about sitting back and developing. Like, obviously, you've had experience in doing that here in
Hmm.
high school. I mean, before you was Sam Altman, for him it was Walker Howard. So y'all are just kind of in a long line of great college or high school quarterbacks that were able to go on and play at the next level. Like, how important has that been for you, experiencing that as you now go and make your college choice?
Yeah, I mean, being behind two great quarterbacks. I mean, Sam Altman was a great quarterback, and then even when I was in middle school, I was still watching the guys ahead of me, which Walker Howard was one of those guys. So I'm still close with both those guys today, and they're both really great dudes, and they're also great guys in the locker room, which I was able to look up after, and take. I was able to look at how Sam carried himself and how Walker carried themselves and how they led a team, which really helped me sit back and watch that for a few years and helped me take that into this year's team. Mm-hmm.
have they given you any advice throughout this process? Because I mean, they're right up the road now with them
Yep.
being here in
Mm-hmm.
Gainesville.
Yeah, I mean they're both guys I can call. Put it that way. Like if I ever needed something and I was going to call them for advice, they're both guys I'd pick up and they would definitely give me it. Like actually today, Walker texted me, right after I committed. So, and then Sam also is another guy that would text me.
I guess my last thing for you, man, like what type of player, if a Hokies fan is looking at this interview, what type of player are they getting in Colbert?
I mean, you're going to get a leader who's going to go in there and who's a guy who's going to be able to take over a team. So, I mean, I'm a great guy in the locker room, and I think that I can go along with our players. So I'll be able to build a culture, which is a great culture here, and I know what a great culture looks like around a football locker room. So, and I know what to expect about things. So that's one big thing you should take away from me.
Anything else you want to say right here, man?
Go Hokies.